Hey there, Singaporean investors. Are you tired of scrolling through endless financial news, trying to figure out what really matters for your SGX portfolio? Or maybe you've been wondering how today's market movements could impact your investments right away. Welcome to the Investing Iguanas Daily SGX Market Digest for Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. I'm Iggy, and over the next few minutes, I'm here to make sense of the headlines, cut through the noise, and highlight where the real action was on the Singapore exchange today. As always, there's no jargon, just direct, honest, and insightful market intelligence with my unique take on what these moves could mean for your money. By the way, a quick thank you to all our supporters. The Investing Iguana is now ranked 8th in the 2024 Influential Tigers by Tiger Brokers. Thanks to you, we've crossed the 1 million milestone for reads, over 900 videos, and 500,000 watch hours. Your support keeps me going and helps me keep you ahead of the market. I put focus not only on Singapore stocks, but also on the global trends shaping our local scene. So let's get into what happened today and see how it impacts your investment journey. Let's start with the big picture. The Straits Times Index, or STI, finished today at 4,041.1 points, down 0.5% for the day. While that's a small dip, monthly performance remains positive, with a 7% gain month to date and a 12% climb since the beginning of the year. That's respectable, especially with global market sentiment turning cautious as the U.S. Federal Reserve hints at holding rates steady to tame inflation while global growth cools off. Over in Hong Kong, equity markets continued their stellar run with the Hang Seng Index up an astonishing 27% year-to-date. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq have been delivering solid single-digit returns, continuing to attract risk-on flows, even as Singapore investors shift focus back to homegrown opportunities. Now, Singapore's daily traded value on the exchange clocked in at just over 1.4 billion, with 2 billion shares changing hands. Notably, the STI sits within striking distance of its 52-week high, pointing to underlying strength despite short-term pullbacks. Interest rates remain broadly favorable for stocks. The 3-month SORA is down to 1.9%, and long-term government bond yields are sitting at 2.1%, both moving sharply lower year-to-date. Across global commodities, gold is shining bright, with a 26% jump from the start of the year, reflecting global uncertainty, while oil and palm oil saw minor swings as economic signals remain mixed. Let's shift the lens now to headline company news, starting with Singapore Airlines. SA remains the bellwether of the Singapore market and just reported their latest quarterly results. Group revenue climbed to 4.79 billion for the quarter ending in June, a modest 1.5% uptick over last year. This was driven by continued recovery in both the flagship SIA brand and its low-cost subsidiary, Scoot. Together, they carried a record 10.3 million passengers, up nearly 7% from last year, and load factors, how many seats were filled, pushed to 87.6%. However, the celebration was short-lived, as SIA's net profit dropped sharply by about 59% to 186 million. Why? It came down to two main factors: non-operational headwinds and higher costs. While fuel prices fell and helped the bottom line, non-fuel expenses and inflation surged. SIA also reported lower interest income and losses from associated companies like Air India, making it a tough period on the profit side. The cargo business, once red hot, cooled with revenue, down nearly 2% and yields falling even sharper. Management warns that geopolitical tensions and volatile freight tariffs could continue to weigh on results. SIA's shares, however, ended the day up slightly at $7.60, reflecting investor patience thanks to the company's strong balance sheet and defensive position. Still, most analysts are urging caution and suggesting holding rather than chasing at current valuations, given weaker forward visibility and the end of the post-pandemic travel boom. Turning to Capitaland Ascot Trust, or CLAS. This REIT is all about global hospitality and serviced residences. For the first half of 2025, CLAS delivered a 6% increase in gross profit to 182.5 million, and total revenue rose 3% to nearly $400 million. The trust highlighted robust operational gains and an ongoing portfolio upgrade, including new acquisitions in Japan and extensive renovations in global cities like Paris, London, and Sydney. Distribution per security inched up to 2.53 cents for the first half, and the forward dividend yield remains attractive at almost 7%, well above market averages. CLS continues to redeploy capital efficiently, selling older assets and reinvesting in new opportunities that drive up both rental income and long-term value. Gearing is at a prudent 39.6%, with interest rates fixed at favorable levels and plenty of liquidity on hand. The trust closed at 79.05, down just a touch, but with a consensus target price suggesting solid upside as global travel steadily recovers. Next up, ESR REIT demonstrated why logistics and industrial REITs are the bedrock of resilient portfolios. For the latest half, distribution per unit notched up a slight increase to sterling 112.39, with net property income jumping an impressive 30%, as demand in the logistics and warehousing space continues to stay robust. Revenue also rose 23%, helped along by new leases and higher occupancy. Investors rewarded the trust, which closed up nearly 2%, at $2.64. With global supply chains adapting to new norms, REITs like ESR remain in the sweet spot to capture medium-term growth, even as the market pivots to focus on operational resilience. Let's talk about First Sponsor next, a company riding both the property and recurring income wave. First Sponsor announced a 59% jump in half-year earnings to $19 million, mainly on the back of strong contributions from joint ventures and associate companies. However, overall revenue actually fell 11% since the company sold fewer properties and made less from financing and hotel operations. Rental income from investment properties helped stabilize the top line, even as one-off sales slipped. The shares finished the day unchanged at $1.05. Looking forward, First Sponsor's path to stable recurring income versus cyclical property sales will be closely watched as the Singapore and regional real estate markets adjust to higher rates and slower growth. But the biggest buzz today centered on iFast. Shares of the digital banking and wealth platform rocketed over 11% intraday to hit $8.26 before ending at $8.17, up more than 10% on heavy trading volume. What's got everyone excited? iFast posted a blowout quarter with strong net profit gains and, crucially, announced plans to boost its dividend payout ratio at its latest briefing. The platform's customer numbers and deposits are at all-time highs, and their digital banking business is rapidly gaining traction, drawing in both retail and institutional flows. With investors hungry for scalable fintech plays in Asia, iFast is quickly becoming a darling for those seeking both growth and yield in the new digital economy. Stepping back, what are we seeing across the Singapore exchange today? The main theme is selective optimism and strategic rotation. Institutional fund flows have shifted heavily into financials and industrials, while REITs and telecoms saw pockets of outflows. Retail investors, meanwhile, are snapping up bank shares like OCBC and even names like Singtel and Mapletree Logistics Trust, while paring back large positions in established stocks like DBS and SIA to lock in recent gains. Company insiders have also been active, with UOB and DBS buying back shares in the open market, a confidence signal that's worth noting. In terms of dividends, there's plenty for income seekers to look forward to. Several major REITs, banks, and blue-chip stocks are racing toward ex-dividend and payout dates in August, including Mapletree Logistics Trust, Suntec REIT, Singtel, SIA, and UOB. This dividend calendar, coupled with strong results from logistics, industrial, and select hospitality REITs, adds to the market's defensive appeal, especially at a time when global uncertainties persist. It's worth mentioning that Singapore's biotech sector, while not the center of today's headlines, is seeing accelerating activity. China's biotech industry is also surging ahead, catching up to the US in drug innovation and attracting global capital, another sign of changing tides in regional sector leadership. Meanwhile, regulators continue to monitor several listed companies on the SGX watch list, making corporate governance a theme to keep an eye on. So what does all of this mean for retail investors watching from the sidelines or already in the thick of the action? First, sector and company-specific fundamentals matter more now than ever. Chasing trends is risky, but focusing on quality names with recurring earnings, defensive sectors, or digital-driven growth can smooth out market choppiness. The key takeaway: maintain a diversified portfolio and don't put all your eggs in a single sector. Pay attention to how global shocks and cost pressures shape earnings, even for blue-chip giants like SIA, and recognize how nimble, tech-driven firms like iFast can post outsized gains when the stars align. All right, let's pull this all together with Iggy's daily market take. Today's action on the SGX, whether it's SIA coping with higher costs, REITs holding their ground, or iFast stealing the show, proves that Singapore's market remains a vibrant mix of stability and innovation. Your best bet is to adapt, stay diversified, and keep learning as themes rotate and new stories emerge. If you like this market breakdown and want a daily heads up on these shifts, sometimes even before they hit the mainstream, check out the premium membership. For just $1 a month, you'll get my strategy calls and urgent analysis direct to your inbox before anyone else. If you found today's digest useful, don't forget to like, share, and comment with your thoughts on what's driving the market. Your feedback shapes the next show, and I always read every single comment.